Hi, I'm Travel Grandma. In this video, we're going to be talking to Patti Serrano, and Patti has a YouTube channel called Another Day to Play. I first met Patti, probably about a year ago in Southern California. She was part-time in a minivan at that time. Since then, she has gotten rid of her apartment and she's gone full-time in a new to her van. So we're going to talk to her a little bit about the transition from going part-time to full-time in another state. I believe her grandchild is up here in Colorado. She's going to be spending, I think, this summer with her grandchild. But let's go find out. Let's go talk to Patti, and then we'll do a little van tour with her. So Patti, you are in Colorado right now. How long have you been up here?
I've been here like 5 weeks now. I left on May 1st. No, wait, I got here May 10th. I've been here a month.
About a month, yeah.
A month, yeah.
And you're visiting with your granddaughter?
Yes, I
mostly?
am. 3 of them.
Oh, 3 granddaughters.
1 in Denver and 2 in Colorado Springs.
Okay, I didn't realize that you had so many grandkids up here.
That's why I came.
Awesome. And you're in a brand new van to you. Brand new to you.
Brand new to me.
Van. And you can stand up in it?
I can stand up. Want to see me?
Sure.
I'm 5'3", so I fit just right. So at night I'm going, God, this is so much better than my minivan where I was like this all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. And it was you that recommended look for after you got your high top, you said buy a high top. So if that means anything to anybody, you know, we both had our minivans for years and it worked, but when you get spoiled, then you start getting spoiled, and you know.
Right. And what was the breaking point where you just said, you know what, I need to get something else?
Oh, good question. Well, I knew that we had gotten a 2-month notice at our double wide, my brother and I, that they were selling it, so we had to move. So my brother went into a senior home, and I laid there several nights going, oh, I really want to go back and see my bucket list, you know. Mount Rushmore, back to Florida, South Padre Island. But after Quartzsite this year, as you know, we were out there for a couple months in this little minivan that you know how much stuff I had in it.
Yeah.
It was packed. So I knew I needed to minimalize if I was going to go full time. And I knew I needed another rig that I didn't, as much as I touted, I mean, I just did a couple videos on touting, buy a minivan. But I knew full time, different story, you know. And I really, in the month, Elaine, have found that it was a wise decision on my part to go high top, long extended. Have people inside. You couldn't do that in my minivan. Really.
That's true. That's true. You can have guests. And I understand that your granddaughter comes with you sometime, your little one.
Well, the little one still wants to go camping. So what I did, and I don't know, I think I'm going to maybe leave this too, is I made this just temporary little bed for her. I'll stand up and show you what I did. It's just a piece of wood on top of a bin, and then a sleeping bag, and then some little cushions. And she sat here last week and we went camping and just, you know, played with her dolls. And so I found it could be a good little bench seat for people. I might keep it or even rise it up and make it into a desk. But with me, you're going to always have a different floor plan. I'm just that way. I like to interior decorate, and I like to, you know, do stuff. So, but this configuration right now, Elaine, is probably the best one so far.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at your van in just a minute, but
okay.
What have you found different about being part-time versus full-time? Is there really a big difference, or is it an adjustment either way?
And in fact, you just did that one video of me doing my, you know, morning routine, and that, you know, when you're part-time, you go from, you know, part-time back home, and you know, you change your routines. On this, I have a routine now after a month. I wake up and have my same little routine, my morning routine, but now I have to go, you know, find a trash bin where I'm going to do the trash and the waste. Now I have to go where we're going to shower or, you know, work out. And I like to mix it up, so luckily I have a couple different places I can go. Never lack of a shower. And a lot of people ask that question, you know,
where do you shower?
Well, right now my favorite is the YMCA.
Okay.
I have 2 of them, and then my friend has a condo where she gave me the pool pass, and I can go in the pool and then go right into the spa and take a shower.
Oh, that's nice.
And not only, in fact, last night I was over there, and she has a laundry. Here in Colorado, it's $4 a wash, which shocked the heck out of me. And she's got a laundry for $1.75. You know, stuff like that. She's got an ice bin. I can get some ice for my ice chest, you know. So it's nice having those little things.
So having friends along the way. She lives here, doesn't she?
Here.
And she also travels sometimes.
Yes, she does.
And does she have a
She has
car
an
camper?
SUV.
An SUV.
Yeah.
Okay. And she camps in that sometimes?
She's got it fixed up. She took the seat out and made a bed and everything. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. So making friends along the way to help you out.
No
There's
meds
nothing
down
wrong
the
with
road.
that.
Get involved. Get signed up for it, because I've met some. Well, we stayed at Kim Bell's house. Was nomads.
We did stay at Kim's house.
It's a good opportunity to meet people along the way.
And
as it grows, it's going to even get better.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so. So you're in Colorado now, and you plan to stay the whole summer? And what are your plans after that?
I knew you were going to ask.
You don't have to know, do you?
No, I don't. In fact, I told somebody this morning, I said, you know, can you just let me get through summer? And then in September, I'll decide if I want to go to stay for Christmas, or do I want to go down to Rushmore and South Padre, you know, which I might be burnt out at the end of the summer and want to go, you know. But right now, things are great, and I'm loving it, and it's really nice.
There's a lot of different areas to
There's so
visit,
many
isn't
things to
there?
see,
There's
yeah.
Denver.
We spent the weekend in Pueblo. Pueblo's a great, we're here in Pueblo today, but it's a great children's town. I had my granddaughter, and we did the river walk. And so there's a lot to do, and I'm having so much fun that we're just going to save that answer till September, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. You know, kind of go with the flow.
So I will be traveling somewhere.
I went to the zoo the other day.
Oh, you did?
I did go up there, yeah.
Best place, too.
Yeah.
And that's right on a vortex, too, so those animals are really special. They live on grounds that are really, really special.
What's one of your biggest discoveries between being part-time and going full-time?
Oh, that's a great question, too. I think the main thing is don't get set on a certain way. Because, you know, I was drawing these little floor plans, and I want this, that. Then I go buy this white chest here, which was thin and narrow, and this turned out to be my kitchen area where I can, you know, put the stuff up there and get right in and out of the, you know, but I've had it over here, I've had it different places. So don't be set until you really realize, oh, you know, it works the best that way. I think a person, if you can't handle change, this might not be for you, because you have to be adaptable to change. You're going to be, you know, sleeping in a different place, perhaps. You're going to be meeting new people. Your configuration on the inside is going to be changing up all the time. I think I've changed it at least 4 times. Wow. I've got part 1 and part 2 of my video, and this configuration, Elaine, does not look like anything from part 2 of my build.
Well, I think I'll go ahead and put a link to both of those so they can see how you can change.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
For one is, we were talking one day about how that chair up front really served no purpose because it's me alone, and there's nothing you could do with it. Now, when we open up the door, I'll show you how I utilize that space. You're sitting on the ice chest right now.
I am. And I was up here before, and it was a lot closer.
Yep. So there's a lot more aeration, you might say, a lot more aerated space to move around. You can kind of, my granddaughter can come in here and I can go that, you know. It's like a little motorhome, actually. But that would be something that I would say, what I discovered was be adaptable. You know, if you can't adapt, it might not be for you, because you've got to be able to adapt. My rig was leaning too far to the right. I had too much weight over there. I had to figure out, okay, how am I going to get some weight back over here? I moved this back over here, unloaded some of the bins underneath, took the headboard off, and lightened up this area over here. So you have to be able to go out there and see this is going to happen, because you don't know it's going to happen until it happens, you know.
Now, I know that when I was up here visiting you, we stayed a lot at Cracker Barrels. But you actually have a home base at your daughter-in-law's house?
Right. Yeah, so
outside.
I'm doing the driveway thing for the summer. And they bring back, you know, I was in there last night watching TV. I mean, I'm just basically sleeping out here.
Right.
But I go in and they make dinner, and I make dinner in here. It's real flexible, and it's real good. It doesn't get any better than it is, really, if you're someone that wants to lead your own life. You know?
Right, and that's what we do too on Nomads Down the Road as well, as sleep in people's driveways,
Right,
and things like that. So, but you're just
Plug
saying a
into
little
the
bit more
garage
long term,
and
a
charge
family.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can charge all my stuff up and everything there. Yeah, so it's good.
So, have you found a need to really go to campgrounds?
None.
Not right now.
None. Yeah, I never have really had a need to go to a campground because my whole thing, and we've talked about this in other videos that I've done about how I personally, and you might not like, just some people that have motorhomes want to stay in campgrounds. They want the shower, the pool, and all that. I want to go in like for the day, like today, open up, get in a sunny, tree area, cook, whatever, and then go find out where I'm going to sleep that night. So I like to stealth, you might say.
I like to stay at parks as well during the day. I really have utilized a lot of parks since I've been out
I
on
don't
this
need
trip.
a campground. I really don't at this point, because I have the shower thing down, I got the cooking thing down, everything down, so I don't need to spend money on campgrounds. Once in a while, it's kind of fun if you find a good campground. The one out in Fountain, Colorado has a water park. That would be fun to take the kids if you have kids and stuff, but that's just me. Other people say, oh, I never could do that. I want to plug in and I want to, the little barbecue, but I like just, playing it by ear.
And just even at a city park, I find it very comfortable to just cook outside. I van.
We cooked at the Riverwalk the other day, hot dogs and macaroni and cheese, and my granddaughter mixed the cheese and the back. Yeah. And people walked by us and saw it, and they were taking advantage of the Riverwalk.
Right.
Yeah, it's break the rules.
What type of person would this appeal to, do you think?
Oh.
You think it would take a certain type of person to be able to do this and, not have a home base and, let's just get real here, pee in a bucket,
You got to pee somewhere, so what difference does it make? I mean, all these modern things like the flushing the water, all that water that's wasted and stuff.
Yeah.
No, the thing of it is, I think, Elaine, is the people that are nomadic or, full-timers like myself, I think we're okay with our environment. We're not fearful. I mean, fear comes up a lot, it really does. Oh, why aren't you afraid? No, I'm not. Okay, well, why aren't you? Well, because, and so I think when I say because, is because you, after you do it so many times, after you pull in so many times and stay so many nights where you don't know where you are, once you encapsulate, I call it, fear will hold you back. So you just have to take the what ifs out of your vocabulary, and what if, take all the what ifs out. Just, if it comes into your brain, take it out. No what ifs, and then just go, start the key up and go. That is the most adventurous thing you can do. And if you feel the sense that the wheel is going this way, and you go, well, wait a minute, my GPS, my RSS is going that way, go that way, and there's something that's guiding you over there. The adventure is over there.
Trust your gut.
Trust your gut.
So what's
trust the divine, that you are being protected, you are being guided. You're in this lifestyle because you came up to this lifestyle, and there's a lot of people now that are doing it.
Do you feel homeless or houseless?
Never. In fact, for me, I can be a little homeless-ish, might say.
Houseless-ish?
Houseless-ish, like I can put on the sweats and the
comfort
sweatshirt and let my hair all mess up, go in the store, no earrings or no lipstick or anything, and I come out and I go, God, that's when I feel homeless, when I do that. So now I saw this thing on Reels the other day. It says, just put some makeup on and put some earrings on, it'll make you feel better. So when I go into the store, like this morning, I don't feel like, unless you opened this up and said, oh, do you live here, you would not know that I was like a homeless person, you might say, because I am homeless, but I'm not the homeless as most people know it. And that's the differentiation between homelessness and without a home.
Right.
We chose this way, and we can pay for campsites if we want. That's not it at all. It's just, this is fun.
Yeah, I think it's fun too.
It's really fun.
Keep it fun.
Keep it fun. Keep it simple.
Yeah. All right, Patty. So let's take a look at your rig. Tell us what type of van it is.
This is a Ford Econoline V8, Triton V8. The Triton engine is just the most solid engine Ford's come up with, but now the motorhomes are on a V10.
Okay.
But this is a V8. Prior to that, 2002. I bought it with skirting. It had skirting and a step up along there. I had that all removed because I wanted it to look more sleek. It looked more kind of low to the ground kind of thing. So I had all those removed. And in my video of the van life, you can see that I'm going to be painting these white. I've tested some of the paint, so there is another one after this.
Okay.
You know, but what I really liked was all the curtains were in really great shape. None of them were off their valances or anything. So that I really liked, and it's got windows on both sides. I like the window idea. Of course, I like the high top idea. It's going to need a paint job or a wax job here in a bit. And let me open up. I'm going to go in and I have to open up the back.
Okay.
So this was a garage up to about here.
In your other video.
Yeah, in the other video. And then when I realized that too much weight, I needed access to get stuff in and out real quick. See, I had this built high so I could get in and out. And this is about all I need now. Clothes, dirty clothes. I can just throw my dirty clothes right in here.
I
like a little
that.
chute, you know.
Yeah, it is a chute.
Yeah, it's a little chute. Some storage here.
Yeah.
And that's my back.
That works.
It totally works. And it's got a backup camera. I like that.
Yep.
So I know a lot of people are looking for these now, and there are really a lot of them out there. I particularly wanted the Ford Econoline because it's a really solid engine over Dodge and Chevy. That's just me, but in my experience of owning
And
motors,
you've sold RVs and campers and things like that before, didn't you?
and I would always recommend a Ford. They're built to do this.
All right.
They're built to do this, so. And like I said, the next time you see me, this will all be white. I like white. People go, you go camping with white? And I go, yeah, believe it or not, they'll stay.
Yeah, I like
clean,
it too.
you
It's
know?
really...
Oh, want to start at this door here?
Sure.
So
Now
I
you...
took the seat out.
Okay.
And this all has purpose. Like everything you'll find utilizing these bins, you know, for stuff. That was a great area to shove my shoes I can get too fast. Great area to get my cords. And then this is probably the best thing. You just unplug this, turn it down, and you drain all the water out right here.
And you have just a cooler. It's not a refrigerator. It's
well,
a cooler.
This cooler, Elaine, is one of those ones that you put a block of ice in there, and it'll last a week. See it down there? That block's been there about a week, and then you sprinkle.
Wow.
Yeah. So then some of the configurations that I've changed, like I said, I took the seat out, and that opened up a whole new world. Look at even more I can grow into after I, you know, figure out what I want to do up there. But for right now, that works. Then I wanted, I like kind of like a feng shui kind of thing where you come in and you have open aerated. I don't like tight. So even when I put this chair back in right here, it just comes right in. I can stuff stuff underneath it. It's got a little table and it holds everything up there.
Well, look at that.
Still got a lot of aerated. And then we put the little table here, and my granddaughter and I can have like a little dinette when we eat, you know, if we want to eat inside. She likes to eat inside for some reason. She likes it inside a lot.
Okay.
But,
look how easy that is.
Yeah. So this just comes out when I'm at the park. That was, see, this is all new. This used to be stored right here. So you figure it out after a while. That there is my kitchen. I can put up his wood up there so I can cook on that, or I'll bring the little stove down here and cook, which works too. And then this is about all I needed for my, you know, just stuff I need, paper goods, you know, pans, spices and stuff like that. And then in the back there's stuff that I need if I have company, bowls and stuff like that. But this is everyday stuff right now. And then here I noticed, and I think people will agree, that if you have just stuff that you grab every day, my tea, my cup, you know, I just leave that out.
I like the way you have this board here, and then these are back here.
They hold it in.
To where it holds it in.
Yep.
That's a great idea.
And that's just a piece of board I have that fit. And plus it holds the curtain in too. So that just worked, you know.
Little tricks.
And that I've had with all my campsites, because I used to put my, you know, stove on it and my blender and stuff like that. I just happen to have that piece of wood, and it's just white underneath. But this works.
Yeah.
These I just got. These are actual blackout curtains, but I loved the color, you know, because it matched this that I'd put up. So these, I bought one set of curtains for here, and then cut the bottom off and made those 4 curtains there.
Okay.
Yeah. So these close up at night. They're blackouts, and then I clip them. I'm just real kind of. I like things like where people can't peek in, so I clip them there, and then I have another black one here that'll fill in, so there's no gaps. You know, I don't know. I just don't like these little peepholes that people can, you know, look in at night. So that's how I saw.
You have enough light.
But during the day, yeah, and then this comes out.
Light. I like that very much.
Yeah, during the day, it's got a little light. And you can't see in those, too, by the way.
And it looks pretty.
Yeah, and then this comes down at night and covers everything else over it.
There you go.
So that's an extra little bonus. But see, these, you can see through. These didn't work for living in it.
Right.
You know. So I did the exact same thing for the back window. Same blackout curtain, closes up.
It makes it look very homey, doesn't it?
I love it's just very fresh. Yeah, I like green. Green's a real healing color. All this, I think, if anyone's watching my videos, I put these in, just crazy glued it up there. And did
you sew these?
No, I just ironed on that iron stuff. You know, I mean, it's just real quick.
Very nicely done.
And I just happened to have that little painting that I had done, and it matched that, which is kind of interesting. And then back here, I wanted my granddaughter, you know, she has to keep her legs up so Nana can get through, you know. So I come through here, and then back here is my my bathroom stuff with my mirror. And I can just get ready, brush my teeth at night. Everything's right there. That's bathroom. Dirty clothes back there, clothes, makeup bag. And then over here is all just storage.
Yeah.
You know, just
incidentals.
Yeah, people, you know, that want to grab it. I don't use every day, but the stuff I use every day goes here. So I've got my readings in the morning, my computer. So you got to have everything handy, or you get annoyed. Have you noticed? If you have to go searching for stuff, you get kind of you know. So I try to keep everything that I need right there, and that's pretty much it.
And you have a lot of storage underneath your bed.
Full. Lightweight.
So it's like your commode and things under your bed.
Commode is right here. Covered up. A painter's pail.
Comes up easily. Yeah.
And then this one goes on the top. I like to not have to squat or anything, so this fits right on top of the, you know, one of those high-rise toilet seats.
Yeah, right.
That fits right on top. My granddaughter can sit on it. I thought maybe she might be kind of sketch at first, you know, but she just got right on it.
She got on it, huh?
And so I like that I can sit down here and then get back in here on anything. So this is kind of the configuration.
That sort of acts as a table as well, doesn't it?
I can put my laptop here. There's so many functions now that I had to rearrange to get there. You know what I'm saying?
It's very comfortable.
Yeah, and like I said, we had 3 in here. The chair was in here, one here, one there, and we just put the table, you know. So for a van, yeah.
It works.
For me, it's working.
Yeah. Very nicely done. While you're right here, let's take a look at your mattress.
Oh, okay.
You had this bed build, right?
I had the frame built. It's just 4x4s with, you know, raw plywood, 3/4-inch plywood, and then he really reinforced it also. It's sturdy, and then it's stabilized in the center also. But what I wanted was to duplicate what I had at home, so I sleep like a baby. And this is the same mattress I have at home. It's an 8-inch with I think a 2-inch real soft foam, memory foam. Then I put this extra little, you know, corrugated one on top with a white, you know, so all that just is so comfortable.
Wow, that is really kind of glamping it.
Yeah, that is really comfortable. And then I don't like to sleep with the sheet on me, so I have this real soft velour here. And like I said in my my video that I did of the tour, when it was over on this side, the mattress stops right here.
Okay, so it's not even a full one, huh?
No, I cut it that way.
Okay.
I'll show you what I did.
Sure.
And I saw this on a video on YouTube, and I thought, what a great idea. So I made the mattress 3/4 of the bed, and then what's really nice is I don't have to pull my clothes out when I'm making the bed in the morning. So this opens up, and this just folds all together. See, it's like I have it lipped with the foam, so that's just like the little lip opens up, and now I have all my storage here.
Oh.
I've got a beach towel, I've got towels.
That is a good idea, Patti.
Bras and underwear, long pants. And I only have to get in it once a day when I change in the morning, so it's not a big deal when I'm making my bed. And it's all kind of fitted so it's flat, so when I put this down, see, that's just completely the same. I've done it with my head or my feet. I just happen to be sleeping this way right now. But
that's a good idea.
I love it. And you know what? Look at all that storage that I would have to find somewhere for something.
Yeah.
You know, and I really wanted to see that because, and then just everything. And I always keep my nightgown under my pillow. So I have to look for that. You know, everything you figure out, you know, where is my nightgown? Well, it's always under my pillow. So, oh, and my sleeping bag's here. So when I, you know, all this is cushioned by my sleeping bag.
Okay.
And then her sleeping bag comes when she comes, and sheets and stuff. So this is pretty comfortable. I'm thinking about buying a couple more foam cushions for right here. Although it's very comfortable.
Yeah. You know. And she's what, 5 or 6? And
she's, yeah, 5.
Yeah. So that's probably fine for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I figured out. It works.
Yeah.
And I can go around the back and open the back up and get in there too if I have to.
Right.
That's new because remember I had the headboard before it. So now I can get in through the back.
Yeah. Good. So do you think that this is it, or you think you might change again?
I can't imagine anything else, Elaine.
Right
I really
now.
Can't.
As things come up, maybe you purchase something.
Well, you're an Aquarius like I am, so we don't. Hey,
never say never, huh?
Switch your head and you'll change. You know.
Yeah.
You know, I shouldn't say that, but right now, it's serving its purpose. It came to me right when I needed it, right what I wanted. You know, high top. You look at those things, you go, come on, you can't argue with that. Not to mention, it had 130,000 miles on it, and she purred all the way out to Colorado from California. Purred to the point where I even took the risk and went over Raton Pass because she was doing so good. I was going to wait a day and let her cool down and take her over the pass, and she went right over the pass, purred right over the pass. So I'm loving the engine. I'm loving her. She's been really good to me this last month, and I don't see any reason why I would want to sell her. And if I did, which is kind of weird, is I would make some money because, you know, there's a lot of people that want this configuration. So, I mean, but I don't even think of that because why? If it's working for you, you don't need to think that way.
What advice would you give a newbie? Somebody that's kind of thinking about it, but they're a little bit on the fence. Would you advise them to sell their home, or would you advise them to just try it first? What would you say to somebody?
I know a lot of people say go out and rent and go, you know, just go out for the weekend, go in a car, go in a tent. I'm a real big believer. In fact, the lady that I young gal that lived in San Diego before I left that wanted to buy this, fell in love with it too. And she had never had one. And I just told her, I said, this is my style though. So you know, someone else might go, no, that's not it at all, Pat, you know, but my style is if you have the feeling and if you know that it just feels right, you might have some doubts, but if it feels right, just go for it. You know, like Nike says, just do it. Because life's too short, you're never going to know. And that's kind of the concept behind why I changed everything now, the final name to Another Day to Play, because that's basically what this is. Go play. You have time for kids, you have time for a marriage, you have time for school. Do online schooling, whatever, but at the way we're at right now and the way the earth is spinning in all parts of the world, we got to go now.
If not now, when, huh?
Exactly. You say that all the time. If not now, when? And so that's my advice. Don't get waddled in. I'm going to research for a year and I'm going to... Well, do your research, you know, but connect up with people that know. Like Ishana did a video of me before RTR that I did a whole video on what rig to buy. Watch that one on Ishana's channel. It covers every rig if you're not sure what kind of rig you want.
Right. Ishana's channel is Blue Wonder Lady. I'll
Blue
put
Wonder
the link
Lady.
in there as well.
Yep, I did an interview with her, and the thing of it is, I was really selling minivans at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I was touting all the reasons why you want to buy a minivan.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of jumped ship now.
Okay.
I think after you bought your high top and saw what you could do
With a minivan.
yeah, with the minivan, the high top was the real thing.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know. If you're going to go full time, you know, for me,
Yeah.
I needed a high top.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been okay if I'd gotten a good price and a good deal on a 40 Econoline extendo van or something like that. But the high top really has made a difference.
Mm-hmm. And Cheryl up in Washington
Mm-hmm.
had an Econoline, and she put a high top on it, didn't she?
She had a Chevy Express.
A Chevy
Yeah, yeah.
Express.
But
Okay.
that- yeah, she-
Similar.
Exactly, same deal, extendo van, and she's got a lot of room in there too.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting that you mentioned her because she took out her kitchen. She said, I like being outdoors. She took the sink out or uses it for something else. And I thought that was interesting because we do kind of follow weather like this, and we will sit outside to cook. We would not dream of cooking in here right now, although I could.
Mm-hmm.
I've got my little propane right up top there, behind the camera there. I can bring it right out and cook.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd put it outside,
Yeah.
you know. So I follow good weather. And that could be a challenge for new people too. That freezing at night, the winds. Pick your route.
Mm-hmm.
You know, pick your route for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we have choices.
Totally got choices where you want to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Just got to get some money for gas.
Gas, stayed in those states that have low gas. Like
Mm-hmm.
here, it's $3.29 I saw the other day, and
Nice.
high fours out in California. So
Yeah. Or more, maybe fives. Yeah.
yeah.
So you turned 77 back in February, I believe, right? You're Aquarius, like I am. So what life lessons, not even just van life, but just what life lessons would you like to share?
Oh, that's wonderful. I think the best thing you can do is just draw a circle, you know, and make that your life or your where you want your life or whatever, and then just start cutting it up into pieces of pie.
Ooh.
You know, like cut a piece of pie. We did this in my training this last week. I had everybody do how much is your business life? How much is your relationship life? What is your spiritual life? You know, how is your health life, mental health life? Because, you know, when you put them all together, it's more than just say, well, you know, what's a tip you can give the young people? There's so many tips to all aspects of your life. So we have to make sure, I mean, I'm trying to do this now, Elaine, even at my age. I'm going out with that pie, you know, each one relating to each other, you know, so that if my health doesn't hold up for my business, then I got to make an adaptation and cut a smaller piece of business life out. You know what I'm saying? So figure out what are the percentages of your life. Are you focused on? For me, when I drew my pie, I put it right down the middle, and relationships and health were on the one whole half of the pie of my life. And now, in the health, you have the mental health, so you've got travel is good for mental health. Getting out, like you said, and walking outdoors is good for health. So I focus a lot on my health right now and my relationships. Now, a lot is being said for the young people on relationships now. If you turn on any reels, any given day, that someone's giving advice on how to deal with a narcissistic husband or boyfriend, you know, all this stuff. Pay attention to some of that stuff as you move through your life, because when you get my age and then you start realizing, oh, that's what that was. You know what I mean? Oh, shoot, I missed that one. Well, now I know. So now you kind of like encapsulate this whole circle, like, oh, okay, now I'm getting it. But you can get it at a young age. You can get that same thing at a young age if you just focus on all these different areas of your life and don't be too strung out on one aspect of it. See, that's what happens with a lot of people. They just get so focused on one thing, and then all the other parts start falling apart. And boy, have I found that out to be true, even after I retired.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my creativity diminished, you know, and this, that, and the other. So you gotta bring it all back up and be excited every day. And that was the whole concept, like I said, behind Another Day to Play. When I really focused on what that meant to me was play can be drawing a logo. You know, joy. You know, play is what brings you joy and enjoyment. would be playfulness. If it's laying in a hammock between two palm trees and that's bringing you joy, then that's another day to play. You might not be doing anything, but boy, you're doing something for one part of that pie, in your life, one aspect of your life, that hammock, laying there dreaming or whatever it is. The other thing that I've not ever really been too big on, Elaine, was setting goals. I've never been a goal person, other than when I ran. I used to just visualize the digital readout, and I would say, okay, that's what I want it to be when I go over the finish line. I want it to say these certain numbers. And so I would work towards what it takes to get those numbers. You can call it a goal, you can call it an intention, you can call it a visualization, whatever you want, but I would almost always reach my digital amount when I went over the finish line, based on what I put together at the time. This particular year, I didn't set a goal, but I made a commitment to my health, as you know, and on Saturday, my year is up, and I've reached the commitment that I'd set out to reach.
And you have some videos on your channel about that, don't you?
Yep.
About you losing some weight.
My window of time to eat, I lost 50. I set out to lose 50 pounds, and I ended up losing 52.
Good for you.
And I'm not even, Saturday's my thing, but see, it's just this thing about putting it in your brain. Like, I didn't know, 50 pounds to me is like, what? No. I was an overeater and a binger, a night nibbler, I was all these things. No. But because I put it in my mind that on June 10th of 2023, I would desire to be 50 pounds lighter. Now, what can happen along the way for me? And it did. It happened along the way. Things happened along the way. Met the right people, right everything. So, young people, I think commit to something. Just don't be a loser, Just don't be a, F the world kind of thing. Just commit to something. Have a purpose. You'll live a much happier life.
And keep going, because things happen along the way, like you said. You're not perfect.
No.
And if things happen, don't let it derail you.
No. You're absolutely right. Just keep going. And one of the things I used to teach to business owners was, and I would question them, what's the number one thing that will get you successful to reach your goals or your commitments that you wanted in your business? And hands would go up. Just show up.
There you go. Just show up.
And I can honestly say, we can turn the camera around and we can look at Elaine, and that's one of the real great aspects of Elaine. She'll set a time for a meetup, Quartzsite this year, and she showed up. She doesn't flake out. Try not to flake out. And particularly if you're going to travel and meet up with people. If you say you're going to be in Denver on Saturday, be there. Do everything you can to be there. You're going to get, words out, get out that you can be a little bit of a flake. Don't be that way. I mean, you don't have to be that way.
Yeah.
And if you have to be that way, call. Don't ghost people. So ghosting is such a big thing now. Just blow people off. We come from an era where we didn't blow people off. We RSVP'd, and if we RSVP'd, no, we're not coming.
Yeah.
That's just
it's consideration.
It's total consideration.
Doesn't matter whether you're in a van or whether you're in a house, It's
that's right.
Consideration for other people.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot to be learned, but boy, the rewards are just endless.
Yeah. So, for me, there really isn't a huge difference between living in a car and living in a house. There's differences, obviously, but it's not huge.
No.
It's not
really
that life-changing.
No.
It doesn't have to be.
A lot more freedom in the car.
A lot more freedom.
A lot more, where the hell is that? That's why I said, when you're designing, put stuff where this is stuff I get every day, have it out, because if you have to go, that would be probably the most annoying thing, is trying to go find, where is it?
But that could happen in your house too, if you have a house.
For some reason in a van, where is it? It's gotta be here,
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's a good life.
Thank you so much for sharing a part of your life with us today.
Well, I have to turn the camera back to you again and say thank you for your efforts in the travel world, I might say, because it's traveling at all and everything. And
I love the community.
Yeah, and there's a reason why so many people follow you. Because it's fresh, it's raw, and it's not scripted, and it's good.
Definitely not scripted.
But that's the good part about it.
Yeah, yeah. It's just real.
Yeah, it's just real.
Yeah.
So thank you, Elaine.
Thank you so much, Patti. And we'll see you down the road.
You bet.